Hello guys, and what is up? So today we are going to be working on a new Minecraft world for our, I guess you'd kind of call it a forever world, whatever. But this is just going to be a world that we're going to keep building on. It's not going to be hardcore or anything extravagant or anything like that. Just going to be one that we build up on, take it easy, relax, have fun, learn, because I'm kind of a noob when it comes to Minecraft. So that's probably what, not probably, that's what this is going to be. Just a reminder, if you guys watch the video and you enjoy it, drop a like, comment, subscribe if you're not, that would be super awesome. And if you do wish to follow along with the series, turn on push notifications, that way you can hear when a new one comes out. If you guys have any comments, please leave them below. If you know of any improvements that could be done, let me know. But anyways, we're gonna get into it. On our way exploring for a village, we happen across the cherry blossom biome. Now, cherry blossoms, I feel like, are the best tree ever. So I had to stop and get some, trees and saplings for obvious reasons, because they're awesome, and some flowers. Yeah. And with that done, surprisingly enough, we didn't have to go too far to find our first village, which is kind of awesome. This is going to be our home. It's what we're going to build off from and make look nice and neat. So I spent a little bit of time strategically relocating some items that I may have found here. With that done, I figured this is as good a place as any to call home, at least for the moment. So I figured I'd lay down, get some sleep, keep them bad guys away. Now I figured this place would work just as good as any other place to be able to set up our workshop and to get everything set up as we see fit. We're going to need a workstation, chest, and a crafting table. So yeah, I figured I'd get that done. Now, something I like to do in every world that I'm in, I like to get all the starting items, the first of everything, set up and hung up, for memory's sake. Then it was off to do some flattening, mainly because we need dirt and materials of that nature to be able to take and flatten out the area that we're going to call home. Once we were done with that, I figured it would probably be advantageous of us to get a renewable source of smelting fuel. So I figured I would get this kelp cut and plant it out a fair amount of it so that we could, have that regrow as our smelting fuel. Now it's time to get the smelting fuel cooked so that we can turn it into kelp blocks and then use that to cook more kelp. Okay. And now for more flattening. And then farming. And then flattening. And then more farming. And then mining. And then more mining. And then mining. And more mining. You guys have the same issue as I have with this game, but it's like sometimes you just go in a trance and you just do more and more and more and more than you really need to do. This is an example of it because I just started mining and kept going. Now, just a reminder though, all this is done on live stream, and if you want to join, we do live stream 2 times a week, so make sure if it's something you're interested in being there for, that you take and hit the bell icon. That way you're able to see it. Now at this moment I realized that I was on a shortage of iron, and I needed more iron. And while it's not the nicest thing to do, the villagers provided me a readily available source of iron. And now with that done, I figured it was probably about time to start setting up the financial area of this, which is going to require some animal pens for farming. So yeah, and sticks. We're gonna need a lot of sticks. Now, with all the responsible things done and my inventory bursting out of seams, I figured what better time to place down a chest and finally start getting my inventory offloaded. It ain't much, but it will do until we get to the point to where we need to worry about making a storehouse.
As always, careful.
Just take a look at the transformation the village has already. It's looking really
Very
good, at
bad.
least in the
Thank
part
you.
of it. And now that the dawn shines on a new day, I figured what better time to go collect those wheat bales that are down there. That way we can make things like bread and wheat for animals, because we're going to be setting up an animal farm soon. And with our bout of petty larceny done, I figured it's probably time to get back to doing some more back-breaking work of digging, flattening, getting resources, so that we can get ready to start making our farm. And it was about roughly around this time that I was wondering why I picked on such a big task, but I feel like the outcome is going to totally be worth the reward of fulfillment from finishing it. I did decide to go with cherry blossom fences. I went heavy on pink for this village. I don't know why, but the cherry blossoms do look really good, and I think that probably had something to do with it.
Hi, baby cow. We got a baby cow. Okay, we're yeah. Okay, and there's our first stone pickaxe. And there's our first stone axe.
Now for this day, we got the stone tools added to the thing. Figured probably gets ourselves a little bit of iron. Because, you know, why not? We'd be blinging and balling, yo. Give a little bit of attention to our cows so that we can make more. Sprinkled in a little bit of farming. Then I figured probably a lot of terraforming. And with that done, I figured we should start building the foundation to the smelting house. So that's kind of what we did. We didn't build anything special or, you know, extravagant. I'm very much a noob when it comes to this game, so the building's kind of a learning process for us all. With that done, I figured I should probably craft our sugarcane into paper, get all of our stuff. And yeah, so this is going to be our porch, and we laid down a little bit more of the foundation. With that done, the next big thing that we had to do was lay down a little bit of dirt, and then start laying down, or making our sugarcane farm. Now, once we were done with that, I figured it's about time we go check out the shipwreck that was just off from the coast. And it super surprised me because it just wasn't just one shipwreck. but 2 shipwrecks. And then we found a third on the way too.
Or,
which was
alternatively, we could just use
mind
up this
blowing,
jungle wood.
insane.
Yeah. Wait.
Ugh. And once all that was done, we got some zombie day fighting, to which I almost terminated myself. So, yay us. Then we did a mild amount of exploring and
Hardcore
found
worlds,
another
that's right.
portal really close by.
Yeah. Luckily, there's a cherry blossom biome up there, so I was able to get a bunch of cherry blossom saplings.
Then with some successful villager trading, we managed to get some clay, or some bricks. So I decided I was going to make a bridge.
I figure once you
Actually,
get
ended up
this, or
super
do the
proud
brick
with the way the
little
bridge
half
turned
circle
out.
bridge that's going to run over this.
Then I needed some cherry blossoms for the next part. Got a little sidetracked on a quest to get some clay so that I can make a couple of pots. Got really good gratification once I made the pot and found out I could put a cherry blossom in it thanks to a subscriber telling me. Then I got even more sidetracked with more digging. Then I got even more sidetracked with placing some dirt, and I know what you're saying. It hasn't been that long, you're not that sidetracked, but you don't understand, we're already well over that couple-hour mark into the live stream. Then I heard a noise I didn't like, so I figured I would go down there and give them some grade A eviction. No squatters here. Then after a literal eternity, I figured it might be time to actually finish the task that we set forth to do. Oops. Then it was time for our call-in. Vanity. Fishing to calm the soul and feed the belly. Cooking to feed the belly. Subscribers suggested that we get some friends, pets. So we got a pet. He's probably too quick for me to... Oh, we got a pet cat. I asked subscriber to pick the name of the cat. So subscriber picked to name the cat after my dog, Zoe, too. Didn't have a name tag, so I chose this sign and figured it would be best. Now, I think we all should know that all hail Zoe. Figured it's only right that the chickens at this point got their own home, as they've been sharing a lot of space with the cows, and that's probably not very comfortable. Now, more farm craft. With that done, I figured it was probably best if we took and got more kelp so that we could make more fuel. Now with all that done, I figured it was time to work on the Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is something I do in every one of my worlds, which is essentially stream recognition. So people who are on the stream, who are talking a lot, they'll get the exemplary chatter wall. People who subscribe while on stream, they will go on the subscriber wall. People who super chat on the stream, they'll go on the super chat wall. So this is pretty much just something I do for people who are on stream. Which, if you want to end up on the wall, join us on stream. With all that done, I figured it was probably time to get the smelting house all sorted out so that we could start getting some XP. With all that done, I figured it was about time that we take and start on a mob farm. Spoiler alert, this doesn't get finished in this video. Roughly at about this moment, I realize I'm out of cobblestone. And then I elect to go start getting more cobblestone, end up sidetracked, and for this video, this is the last time we visit this start of a mob farm. But I did remember to get us a really good overview of the village, and look how good that bridge turned out along with everything else. The lights, the cherry blossoms all look so good. Make sure to join us in the stream if you enjoyed the video. Drop a like. If you didn't like it, that's fine. Give it a dislike if you want, but just give me a comment. Let me know how I can improve it. That way the next one might turn out better. Remember, I do plan on streaming this series 2 times a week, and the videos are just kind of an overview of what happens on stream.